blocking, he's -3. So why not
Sometimes.
just, yeah.
Sometimes. It's not
I mean,
every time.
What do you mean
What
by
are you talking
that?
about?
No, it's like the very part like can hit you crouching, and that one has a bigger stun than the first part.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
some characters have a bigger like crouching hitbox, like while blocking. And I can be crouch blocking, and that cutter, the second part that has the bigger block stun that leaves it neutral, can hit me. And sometimes the very first part hits where it puts her at negative, so it's
Right.
almost random.
I don't know about that.
It's true.
The last hit whiffs way more often than it hits.
It just depends on the spacing. It depends on the character too.
I don't know. There's not a lot of. I mean, it doesn't hit very often. I mean, basically, the basic point is, was it blowing you up because it made you block from that distance?
Pretty much. I guess my problem was in casuals, is that I wasn't trying to like rush him down as much as I did in tournament play. I was actually trying to outzone him, which didn't really work well. So now that I think about it, that's probably why that I did so bad against him.
I felt in tournament play, he would not stop jumping.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, that dude wanted to jump hella.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was just trying to get in.
Like, that's my main criticism of him, has always been that a lot of that katana rushdown starts with a jump in, and I feel like that's just too dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
In casuals, so did you play casuals afterwards?
Yeah, it was Sunday night.
So he realized that and stopped jumping?
Yeah, actually,
Okay, that makes sense.
he rarely jumped against me.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. Basically, the point with the 2-1 tech, I don't get it, is that the idea is to force you to block from that position. She already has tools to do that anyway. Not the way because he doesn't use down one the way I do. Slips, you understand what I'm talking about.
If I saw 2-1, my first instinct wouldn't be to block, it would be to down 4. Like blocking is always last resort. You don't ever want to start blocking, because that's just pretty much saying that you respect that to the point where you're allowing them to attack you.
I mean, why can't... I mean, how is he not opening himself up for, fireballs or down 4s? That's what I don't understand.
I don't know. You have to play him and blow him up.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people rave about it. I just don't see it. I've tried to kind of mess around with it, and it just gets me blown up. I don't know if there's something I'm not doing right. I try to kind of space with it, and all of a sudden I'm eating a fucking random Cyrex net, and it's like, wow, that was great, Or I'm eating hella down 4s.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, why do you guys think Shang Tsung has snakes all over his costume?
Because he's evil.
Yeah.
But his power has nothing to do with a snake.
He can turn into a snake.
He doesn't.
He did in MK3.
Yeah, wasn't that his animality? It was a giant cobra.
But he didn't have snakes on that costume.
Because he looked like he had the Alice Cooper outfit.
He should have a snake move in MK9.
It wasn't in the movie on Annihilation he turned into a giant snake?
No, that was Shao Kahn turned into a Hydra.
Yeah, that
he wasn't even
cool.
in Annihilation.
Yeah, he was.
In the
movie?
movie?
He wasn't. No, he was not.
He wasn't?
No, he was dead. Remember, he died in part 1.
So it was Shao Kahn that did the animality thing?
Yeah, remember he turned into a Hydra.
It was Shao Kahn and Liu
Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
and
worst
then
CGI.
Nightwolf did his.
That's so dumb. Why would Shao Kahn turn into a...
I don't know, Morty, I have one more question about Sonya. You said she really struggles with zoning, and don't you feel that her fireball is quite good, though?
It has good recovery.
Right.
I mean, she can't really win matches by zoning. She just sort of...
Right.
If you're forced to use it, then I'd say that's when you use it. And if you can remain at projectile advantage, then you make the opponent second guess. Maybe they need to start advancing. I'd say you get back in the down 4 range. But I think she needs it.
Like, I can definitely see how you struggle against Cabal, but from the perspective of a Katana player, your Fireball, I respect it. I actually kind of worry about it.
Really?
If you have a life, like, if you watch Devastation, if you had just a slight life lead, it was very hard for me to recover from that, even with my cheap Fireball.
Yeah, that's something I'll try to do is, if I can tell that I'm at projectile advantage, or if I'm maintaining a life lead, I really just try to use life leads in general. I think it's just a strategy to get someone to come at me, because if you're coming at me, you're more prone to make a mistake other than me trying to have to open someone up. So I think it serves that purpose when it's necessary.
I think it's the most underrated projectile in the game, except for maybe Shiva's.
That is ridiculous, man. What are you talking? It's a fireball.
It's dude
Jesus
ass, man.
Christ, man.
What are you talking about? I
It's
said
not.
underrated.
You're acting
not
like her zoning's ridiculous. You're acting like she's got Cyrax zoning or reptile zoning or Airmax zoning. It's a fireball. It serves a purpose. It's not that good.
It is better than, like, all right, compare that to like a Johnny Cage Fireball.
Johnny Cage has got the worst fireball in the game.
It's better than people think.
It's a fireball.
No, a little bit better than just being a Fireball.
It's a fireball.
No, it's a little bit better, man.
No, it's no different than Liu Kang's fireball. It's no
But
different
he has a high one.
than Kano's knife.
Kano's knife is awesome!
Yeah, it is.
It's good.
It's
It's
the
awesome.
best. It's like the best projectile.
It's
No.
good. I mean,
No.
it's not like, oh god, I'm gonna get blown up by these knives.
I'm not saying I'm gonna get.
It used to be like that.
I used to be.
It's,
I said it was underrated because people think of Sonya's Fireball as not very good,
I don't
while
know.
it is in fact fairly good.
Your question was like, you say you can't zone with Sonya. She
No, I
can't.
said no. I question him saying zoning. I understand Cabal. Like, do you feel that like Melina can easily zone you out?
Kind of. I do feel like if we like, I played a bunch of matches with Pig of the Hut. If she's constantly doing instant air size, I'm eventually going to start trading, and I feel like I'm going to lose that because she recovers a lot quicker and she can just have more on the screen. Mine do slightly more damage, but he's probably more prone to block mine, whereas I'm probably going to be eating a couple more. So I find in that matchup, I do end up losing the zoning war, and I end up having to rush him down.
Okay.
And like Kenshi's another one that's tough.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can't really trade with like Noob Saibot, although I think Noob Saibot struggles up close. Yeah. It's another character I don't want to mention because I don't want a bunch of people to start playing him.
So,
Yeah.
what's,
Go ahead.
What's the origin of you guys' gaming handles?
Mine, it's just, I used to watch Seinfeld a lot, and I used to play this game called Guild Wars. Are you guys familiar with it? It's
Yeah.
sort of an MMORPG. All the other characters already, so Jerry Seinfeld, Elaine Bennis, and, you know, my favorite character, George Costanza, so I just kind of landed on Morty Seinfeld, and I made a ridiculous character, and it seemed to fit.
What's your favorite episode of Seinfeld?
Oh, man. Put me on the spot.
I like the parking garage one.
Wait, so like, was Morty Seinfeld just your favorite?
George Costanza is my favorite character in the show.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, he's good.
Morty Seinfeld was just a name that seemed kind of funny to me, and it just kind of
Someone had George Costanza already?
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
What?
So, did your character look like Morty Seinfeld?
My character in that game was a Mesmer. He looked pretty funny. He didn't look like Morty Seinfeld, but
He should have.
I should
have to say
send you
this.
pictures.
I'm not just saying this because you're our guest. Morty Seinfeld is by far my favorite handle in the
Yeah,
community.
that's pretty
I
tight,
love that
dude.
name. It's so bizarre.
Them having to say that. Like,
Yeah, just
Morty
just
Seinfeld
Morty
is his top
Seinfeld.
8.
Like a supporting character from a sitcom with no context, no real meaning.